Pop the top, it's time for another video to drop, and today I'm bringing you guys episode 21 of the series for WWE 2014. And this is the go home show to the pay-per-view. Elimination Chamber is the next episode, and I'm excited to get to Elimination Chamber. I think you guys are going to enjoy the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, but before we can get to that, we must get to this go home show, so let's go ahead and get things started. We kick things off. Triple H, The Miz, and Kane come down to the ring, basically laughing, and Triple H grabs the microphone and goes along the lines of saying, Daniel, as smart as you think you are, let's be honest here, you're not really clever. We expected you to show up at some point, but tonight we finished the job. Or should I say, they finished the job. Tonight it'll be a tag team match. The Miz and Kane versus Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. And that cues basically Bryan's music to hit. Bryan comes out, but then he points to the stage before saying anything, and AJ Styles' music hits, and AJ comes out, standing tall together. And Bryan with a microphone says, this Sunday I fight this man and I fight your puppet in the ring for a shot at the main event of WrestleMania. But tonight, me and this man, we fight for respect. We fight to show you don't control our fate at all. And AJ just laughs and says, in fact, tonight, we're going to show you, Triple H, you don't control these people's fate either. We do. Because we respect these people. These people respect us. We give these fans what they want, and they return the favor. So you know what? Tonight, when we face Miz and Kane, I want you to keep a close eye on the monitor in the back. Because when I drop a forearm, when I drop a Pele kick, when I drop a Styles Clash, this Sunday, you're going to remember those things. Because whenever I get my hand raised, and then that's when Daniel Bryan just looks over at Styles, and Styles looks over at Bryan and says, I'm going to the main event of WrestleMania. And Bryan says, no. I'm going to the main event of WrestleMania. And the Miz out of nowhere just goes, no, I'm going to the main event of WrestleMania. And Triple H goes, you know what, that's fine and dandy, but tonight you all three are going to the main event of SmackDown. And that got an 87, B+. Good stuff. After this, we have a bout that had subpar wrestling in Little Heat. Leo Kruger defeated Titus O'Neil in 8 minutes and 28 seconds by pinfall with it. Kruger's in. Imagine a brainbuster on Titus O'Neil. Just imagine that for a second. That got a 50 D+. Can't really say much. After the match, Kofi Kingston hits the ring, running down to the ring, slides into the ring. Before Kruger can even grab a microphone, he gets drilled with a Pele kick. Kingston grabbing a microphone saying, no, you don't talk about my son. You don't bring up my family. You set me free a couple nights ago. That's fine. Fine. Guess what? This Sunday, I don't beat your ass like Kofi Kingston. I beat your ass like a man. And he throws the microphone down, and then as Leo Kruger is starting to get back up, Kofi turns back around, sees that. He hits another Trouble in Paradise on Leo Kruger. And Kruger's just down and out now. He's not even really moving. And that's what we hear on commentary. Can Kofi Kingston be the first man this Sunday to ever pin Leo Kruger? He has the capability of it. We just saw right here. He has the capability, but can he do it? And that got a 72 B-. After the fact, we have Big E Langston cutting a promo backstage on the Intercontinental Champion, #1 contender, Wade Barrett. And Big E Langston basically goes along the lines of saying, this Sunday we finally show the world why the 5 count is never going to lose the Intercontinental Championship. We find out exactly why I am the IC champion and why I will continue to dominate. That's because I got the backing of the people. And with the backing of the people, I can say things like this. Wade, you're fighting up next. But guess what? When you fight me, you gotta fight all night long. All night long. All night. All night. All night long. Yeah, that's right. I sung. But guess what? These people loved it. Because they got the backing of the 5 count. And that got a 70 C+. I didn't really know what to do for that segment. But nonetheless, it builds up the IC title match for this Sunday. Speaking of, in a decent match, Wade Barrett defeated R-Truth in 10 minutes and 24 seconds by pinfall with the Wasteland. Barrett getting some momentum ahead of that IC title match. That got a 72 B-. Following this, we're backstage. John Cena, CM Punk, and Christian are with Renee Young, and they basically talk about how tonight they have a 6-man tag match against the other 3 members of the Elimination Chamber. These 3 say that they're going to be a cohesive unit tonight, but come this Sunday, they basically all get into an argument about who's going to win. Punk saying he's the best in the world, so of course he's going to win. Christian saying that he needs one more run. Cena saying that he's going to win just another title to add to his collection. And that got an 85 B+. Good stuff. After this, we have Alexander Rusev defeating a local talent by the name of Mitch Carter in 2 minutes, and that happened by submission. And that got a 33 E+. Rusev tapping him out with the accolade. After the match, we have Lana once again saying that this Sunday Rusev is holding an open challenge, and regardless of who shows up, we want competition. We want people who can fight. Rusev wants to crush some real competition, whoever it may be. And that got a 69 C+. And at the top of the hour, we have Batista coming down into the ring. Batista with the microphone in hand says, well, I don't even want to get started. Del Rio, get your ass out here. And that's when Del Rio's music hits. Del Rio comes out. He has a microphone in hand, a suit-wearing man, and he also has a steel pipe. And Del Rio says, listen here, I'm not going to fight you tonight, but if you get close to me, I will not hesitate to crack you in the head with this. This Sunday, I fight you, Batista, and I show the world what a fraud you really are. Not to mention, AJ Styles already showed what a big a fraud you are when he threw you out in the Royal Rumble. Not to mention, John Cena showed how big a fraud you are when he beat you a couple weeks ago to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. But guess what? Whenever I do it this Sunday, 1-on-1, mano a mano, and I tap you out, everyone will know that on the road to WrestleMania, I caused the biggest wave because I took out the animal. And that's when Batista says simply, oh, you're going to take out the animal? You're going to take out the animal? That's real funny. Del Rio, I called you out here because I was going to give you one last chance to get yourself out of this match. But come Elimination Chamber, me and you, we got problems now. A couple weeks ago we had problems, and what happened? I dropped you. A couple weeks ago we had problems. What happened? I dropped you. It's happened twice now. Do you really think the third time's going to be your charm? No. The third time's going to be your demise. And that's all that happens on that segment. And I got a 94A. Good stuff. Great stuff, actually. And that happened at the top of the hour, by the way. And about that, I had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. United States Champion Dean Ambrose defeated Rob Van Dam in 12 minutes, 28 seconds by pinfall via a headlock driver. The Shield was at ringside, and that got a 75 B-. Following the match, Dean Ambrose grabs a microphone. Of course, he is a little bit tired, but nonetheless, you know, I won tonight. I did. I won tonight. Sunday, these boys right here win tonight. Of course, when they win, though, it's for the tag team championships. See, when I win, it's to show that I'm still the U.S. champion. But what happens when all 3 of us have titles again, huh? Do you really think we're going to lose them? No. See, every loss you learn something from. That's exactly what happened with the Shield. So do you really think now that we've learned our lesson, we're going to be unstoppable? Yeah, that's right, we are. If you have that doubt in your mind that we're not, erase it from history. Just like we're going to erase every other faction that there's ever been from history. Because we're going to be the greatest of all time. Sure, a lot of people claim that they're the greatest of all time, but guess what? That's all talk. We're real. We're real. And if you're real, you'll recognize that we're real. But hey, if you're not, it's fine. Because that's just an injustice. And we'll surely kick all of your asses. Believe in the Shield. And he throws the microphone down. This Sunday, we have big talk. It's going to be Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes and Goldust for the Tag Team Championships, and that got a 78B. Great stuff. Following that, we go backstage. AJ Lee being interviewed now, the women's champion, being interviewed by Renee Young. And Renee Young simply goes on to ask just a wrong question, saying, how do you feel about not only this Sunday you're facing Paige at Elimination Chamber, but if you win that match, go on to WrestleMania and win that match, the next night on Monday Night Raw following WrestleMania, you have to face someone that you've never faced before. And that's going to be the winner of the now announced Women's Classic Tournament. How do you feel? And right as she says that, smack, AJ Lee swings a right hand and comes right across the face of Renee Young. Renee Young goes down and AJ Lee just snaps and says, don't you bring up the Women's Classic to me. I made this revolution happen. Who do you think caused that classic to happen? Me. I'm not afraid of any of these people. I don't frankly care about any of these women that are going to be in that tournament. What I care about is this Sunday, Paige has to run her little ignorant mouth once again. And I'm going to finally put an end to it. But hey, that's not something that you didn't already know, is it? Love bites, but the widow bites harder. And they got a 61C. Good stuff. After that, we have our co-main event of the night, the big six-man tag match. And about that had superb wrestling and great heat. Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Cesaro defeated Christian, CM Punk, and John Cena in 13 minutes and 52 seconds. When Randy Orton defeated Christian by pinfall with an RKO, this comes only after Antonio Cesaro hits the neutralizer on Christian. And I take that back. Christian goes for a frog splash on Antonio Cesaro. Cesaro pops up to his feet, catches him with an uppercut, but he's in the corner of his partners, and that's when Orton blind tags himself into the ring, slides in, and gets the pin on Christian. He steals the pin away from the man that's pretty much impressed this entire month, Antonio Cesaro, which leads to Orton bragging to Cesaro, pushing Cesaro back, and then that causes Cesaro to snap. Cesaro runs up, boom, running uppercut to Randy Orton. He waits for Orton to get back up, boom, another uppercut to Orton. Orton gets right back up, and he's just dazed. And that's when Cesaro runs up and goes and just drills him with the last uppercut before looking down, grabbing the World Heavyweight title, the WWE World Heavyweight title, picks it up, raises it above his head, and just simply says, "We the people." And the crowd is going berserk right now for this, because they think this Sunday Antonio Cesaro will be your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and he possibly could be. Just look at his track record this month. He's beaten Randy Orton, he's beaten John Cena, he's beaten CM Punk. All three of those men are going to be locked inside of a chamber with Sheamus and Christian. And I'm just saying, I don't know who's going to win. I really don't. This could go any way. Any of these six men have a possibility of winning. Any of these six men. And that got a 79B. Following that, we see backstage both teams are walking. And we know that up next, we have AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan versus The Miz and Kane. That's exactly what we have, as in a bout that had great wrestling and good heat. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan defeated Kane and The Miz in 13 minutes and 59 seconds when AJ Styles defeated Kane by pinfall following a phenomenal forearm. And that got a 78B. In this match, I'm assuming that The Miz doesn't really take too much damage. He lets Kane do most of the work. I did not put a limited involvement note on this match because I ran out of road agent notes, but nevertheless, just imagine that. So after that, what happens is AJ goes to grab The Miz. The Miz slips under the bottom rope and it starts hightailing it up the ramp. And that's when AJ turns and Daniel and AJ get one final stare down before Elimination Chamber. And they both look up at the WrestleMania sign. And then we pan to a shot behind The Miz where we see The Miz's head in basically the majority of the left-hand side of the screen. But right over his shoulder we see AJ and Daniel in the ring and the WrestleMania 30 sign high above. And that is the site that ends Friday Night Smackdown. And that got a 78B. Overall, the show got an 82B, tied Raw for this week. And if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. Before I go into the whole subscribe if you're new, because we do daily content like you already know. Make sure if you're new that you check the description, because we are running a poll right now. A poll that will last probably another couple days. Yeah, because I said it's going to last a week 2 days ago. So yeah, another couple days on that poll. I will be starting up a side series that'll also be daily coming in February. And I'm letting you guys vote on what that side series will be. So, nevertheless, make sure you vote on that. If you did, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new because we have daily content, and above all else, remember to always take it easy, guys.